live. Good afternoon, all, if there's anybody watching. Yeah, smoking with my red dye number 9 drinks. And yes, for those who don't know, yeah, today's video, it's not a popular topic, but I feel strongly about it anyway, as somebody who has been ostracized and fat shamed most of her life herself. I really feel a need to say something. And also a few days ago, it kind of ties into a live stream last week where I spoke about why documenting a weight loss journey is a bad idea on social media. Taking part in a competition, if you will, or a bet on that very subject is an even worse idea. And I have to ask about Charlie Gold. What are you thinking? And I found that the rules of her competition were convoluted. I mean, some were worrying that Amberlynn Reid would not understand it. Never mind Amberlynn Reid. I don't understand some of her rules. Okay, I don't know if it's my frontotemporal dementia or my dyslexia kicking in, but anyways, so I'm going to wait to see if there are some people coming into the live stream, and I'll go over Charlie Gold's rules. Yes, I've already seen the comment section, the usual. And for the record, no, I seriously doubt Amberlynn Reid will partake in this competition, and I can speculate as to why. As I mentioned, I realize this is unpopular, but please try to picture somebody else in Amberlynn's place if you must. I'm not going to talk about Amberlynn. Hi, Hearts. It's great to see you. I'm not going to talk about Amberlynn really herself because I don't feel like wading into that. I'm going to be sticking to the scope of the competition and what is wrong with it. Okay, and I'm not really going to speak to either Charlie Gold or Amberlynn's characters in this video, okay? Just to be fair, okay? Except to say Charlie Gold and other obese YouTubers who react to these type of videos, I have to wonder, I don't think that's a good strategy for a weight loss journey, but anyways, but yeah, I'm going to stick to the actual scope of this competition. I'm going to point out what's wrong and what's skewed and what's convoluted and confusing about it, okay? So on our way, let's see. Okay, I'm going to share you the screen, but I'm going to read off it because the print is quite small. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here it is. Okay. All right, I know the print is small. I cannot make it bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just simply read off the screen, okay? And I will go by point here. All right, rule number one, winner is based on highest percentage of weight loss. Highest percentage. Percentage of what, though? This is what I'm not getting. Percentage of what? Winner is based on highest percentage of weight loss. Does Charlie mean, okay, one loses 50% of their body weight and the other loses 20%? Is that what it means? Because if so, already this competition is pretty skewed. Charlie Gold herself is morbidly obese, okay, but she weighs about 200 or so pounds less than Amberlynn. From what I've seen of the limited pictures, full body pictures that Charlie Gold has put up on Instagram, Twitter, or wherever, and Amberlynn, it's already skewed because Charlie Gold is 200 pounds lighter, and it looks like her fat is distributed differently than Amberlynn, so I'm not sure. So to me, like I said, but could it be my dementia kicking in? Could it be my dyslexia kicking in? I don't know. Number 2, participation will run from the 2nd of January 2020 to the 2nd of May 2020, so a 4-month period. Okay. Okay, that's all right. I mean, American Thanksgiving has already come and gone as of a week, 2 weeks ago, I think. So people, anybody, even those on a diet, probably would have cheated somewhat. And the holiday season has begun. There are the office parties, if there are some other Christmas parties that are happening. 'Tis the season. And of course, Christmas Day and New Year's Eve. So, tis the time to binge, I guess, or cheat on thy diet. So, okay, the date is fine. The dates are fine. All right, number 3, you must upload a video weigh-in at least once a month to your channel. That means Charlie, to the way I understand it, Charlie uploads a weigh-in on her channel, and if Amberlynn or anyone who chooses to participate must do the same. Okay, in parentheses. In that video, you must go to the most recent tweet on my Twitter while holding your phone. Have Becky zoom out. For those who don't know, Becky is Amberlynn's significant other. Okay. Have Becky zoom out. Step on the scale. Let it speak the weight. Yes, they have a talking scale. And then have Becky zoom in all in one shot, no jump cuts. Okay, this is what I'm not getting. Okay, I get the first part, each. Okay, although I find that a bit iffy as well because many scales are off. They're calibrated differently. Even if you buy the same brand of scale, the same model, it can still be calibrated a little differently. You want to compare apples to apples instead of apples to oranges. Should be the same scale in the same location, but okay. So you see, that's a bit, but here's where it gets convoluted. In that video, you must go to the most recent tweet on my Twitter while holding your phone. Now, why Twitter? Why Twitter? And I'm not understanding. Go to the most recent tweet on my Twitter, meaning I'm going to assume Charlie means her Twitter, while Amberlynn or whoever else it might be holding her phone, whether Becky or somebody. Okay, let me read the whole thing once again. Maybe somebody can explain this to me. You must upload a video weigh-in at least once a month to your channel. Now, I already explained the problem because even the same model of scale, they can be calibrated differently for whatever reason. Okay, but the part in parentheses here, in that video, you must go to the most recent tweet on my Twitter while holding your phone. Have Becky zoom out, step on the scale, let it speak the weight, then have Becky zoom in all in one shot. But why Twitter, though? I'm not getting that. Okay, why Twitter? I'm not getting that. All right, moving right along. Final weigh-in will be done at a private doctor's office of my choosing in Lexington. When Charlie says my choosing, I will take that to mean Charlie's choosing herself in Lexington, Kentucky. Okay, Amberlynn lives in Kentucky, I believe, somewhere outside of Lexington. Charlie Gold, if I'm not mistaken, lives in Florida, so that's several states away. So why would she want to choose a clinic in Lexington, Kentucky? And what would she know about clinics in Lexington, Kentucky? Unless she researched them online, I suppose, or go through ratemymds.com, I guess. All right, ALR holds the right to request the same of me in a local office. So I'm going to assume what Charlie means by local office, maybe closer to her home in the state of Florida. I don't know. Okay, she writes in parentheses, I am also willing to travel to Kentucky to be weighed in at the same office at the same time. I will be paying for that visit to the physician for both ALR and myself. Okay, very generous of you, I suppose. A video recording will be done by a staff member at their office and sent to each party. Okay, here's another problem. You're assuming some receptionist or nurse or some assistant or even a cleaning person is going to be willing to hold a camera and film the two of you and your weight loss thing. They could say it's not my freaking job to do it. I know I would. It's not my freaking job. I wouldn't do it. But then you're talking to an old union person. Okay. But the other thing is a lot of doctors' offices, I'm surprised I see so many videos and pictures in hospitals and doctors' offices, because here in Montreal, filming in a doctor's office or in a hospital is frowned upon and they have zero tolerance. But anyways, just saying. So that's a problem. Okay. What's next in parentheses? This is not meant to be shared publicly, but to be proof that the scale used at home was accurate. All right, let me read this all the way through. Point number 4 again. Final weigh-in will be done at a private physician's office of my choosing in Lexington. ALR holds the right to request the same of me in a local office. Excuse me. I am also willing to travel to Kentucky to be weighed in at the same office at the same time. That would probably be best, so you're comparing apples to apples. But anyways, I don't think this competition is a good idea to begin with. I will be paying for that visit, the physician, both ALR and myself. A video recording will be done by a staff member at their office and sent to each party, like I said. This is not meant to be shared publicly, but to be proof that the scale used at home was accurate. Well, home scales, there are no two home scales alike, and your home scale is going to be nothing like your doctor's office scale, and no two doctor's office scales are alike. Okay, even if they're off by half a pound or whatever, it's a different calibration. You're not comparing apples to apples. All right, so I have to wonder if this is a setup for failure here. Number 5, now this is what I'm not getting. If ALR wins, okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay, I'm taking a break. Yeah, I'm still screen sharing. Yeah. Thank you for leaving a heart on the video. Hang on. All right, here we go. Let's see. Tasha Ford. Hi, Tasha. It's good to see you. I hope you're still here. Tasha. I'm sorry, because I was reading off another screen. That's why I didn't see you. Okay, yeah, I'm still screen sharing. Yeah. All right. Hi, Tasha, and welcome to this live stream. Yeah. Screen sharing. Yes. Okay. I'm just coming here to check the chat and see who's around. And I will go back to reading the rules and explaining why it is, yeah. Okay. And why it's a bad idea. And there we go. All right, here we go. All right. Number 5, this is the problem because I find this is particularly skewed. Number 5, if ALR wins, I will donate $1,000 to any charity of her choosing, and I never react or do commentary on my channel to her again, to show you how serious I am about this. If I win, ALR donates $2,000 to a charity of my choosing. With her past history, she will have to film herself going to the organization and presenting the check. Or she can choose to send it to me and I provide the receipts of me donating it to the chosen charity. Seeing that I haven't lost the respect of my supporters, I believe either option should be fine. Okay. All right. Here's the thing. I like the idea of donating to charity. It's Christmas right now. Donate to charity now. Okay, if Charlie Gold wants to donate to charity, she should then do so, you know. But I don't think you need a weight loss competition to do this. The other thing is, it says here, Charlie will donate $1,000 to a charity. And if Charlie wins, ALR donates to $2,000 to a charity. So why are the amounts different? Okay, let's go over Social Blade. Okay, for the both of them, let's go over Social Blade, and I will put it on the screen shortly. Okay, let's start with Charlie Gold's Social Blade, because everybody has an idea of what ALR owns, gets from YouTube. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so, okay. Oh, well, thank you, Tasha. Thank you, Tasha. I figured this topic was not going to be popular. That's why I'm suggesting to people. That's why, I'm sticking specifically to the scope of the competition and what's wrong with it and punching holes in it. And I'm also asking people, if necessary, picture it's somebody else instead of Amberlynn. I'm not here to talk about how great or how bad Amberlynn is. I'm just talking scope of the competition. You know what I mean? The different amounts. This is a problem I have. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know why, if Amberlynn wins, Charlie only donates $1,000, and if Amberlynn loses, Amberlynn must donate $2,000, 2,000 bananas. So I'm not getting why the discrepancy, but everybody seems to think, okay, and we have an idea what Amberlynn may get every month from YouTube, Google AdSense, but we're going to bring Charlie's Social Blade on screen in just a second. Okay. We're going to, okay, we're going to go to another, I'm going to share the Social Blade. Hang on. Social Blade. Okay, here we are. Let me make it bigger. There we go. Okay, I can't make the writing bigger. Okay. It says here, okay, 385 to 6.2K per month. I'm going to assume the vast amount, it's somewhere in the middle of these Social Blade amounts. I'm going to assume it's somewhere in the middle. I'm not monetized, so I don't know. All right, and it says here yearly 4.6K and 73. Hi, Shell. How are you doing? Okay, 4.6K and 73.9K yearly. Okay, so this is according to her Charlie Gold's Social Blade. Now, what have we got here? Let's get rid of this little ad thingy. Okay. She has almost the subs that Amberlynn has. She's at over 100,000. Yes, she got that silver button. All right. Video views. Okay, estimated earnings. And I'm always going to assume that Social Blade, it's somewhere in between. Maybe on, yeah. But the other thing is Charlie Gold also has a day job. I'm not quite sure what she does and how much she earns. And in all honesty, for me, that's neither here nor there. Okay. That is neither here nor there. So I'm still not getting, I'm not going to bring, well, all right, just to compare, let me be fair. I'll bring up Amberlynn's Social Blade so we can all see for ourselves. Okay, just to be fair, I'm gonna, because I don't play favorites or least favorites. Okay, here we go. She gets slightly more. All right, she gets slightly more. It looks like her earnings have gone down because it says at most she earns 13.5K per month. Everybody seems to think she makes 20K per month. Again, like I said, it says $843 to 13.5K per month. Again, to round off these Social Blade figures, I'm going to assume it's somewhere in the middle. 10.1K to 161.9K. Another thing we should take into account, Charlie Gold, when she goes on live, and she does a live stream every so often, she gets a lot of generous folks in the super chat. Amberlynn almost never goes live, as far as I know, and if she does, she goes on YouNow, and I have no idea if people donate or if money is made on YouNow. I have no idea how it works. But just to say, Charlie Gold, when she goes live, she tends to have some very generous super chats. Okay, so either way, I'm not getting why Charlie Gold would only have to pay $1,000 and Amberlynn Reid would have to pay $2,000. I'm not getting this. All right. Yeah, Fisherman, I hear what you're saying. Okay, I don't watch Amberlynn myself because it's boring. It bores me too. It bores me too. Hey, Phrase Phoenix, hi. Yeah, that's all I'm doing is Fisherman. I'm only talking about this competition. I'm not talking about Amberlynn or her channel, really. I'm just talking about Charlie Gold launching a competition or bet or whatever you want to call it to Amberlynn and what is wrong with the parameters that Charlie Gold has set up. Pictures somebody else other than Amberlynn if you must. Okay? Picture somebody else if you must. Okay? But I'm just pointing out that these rules, a lot of them are convoluted and they're not really fair. And I have to wonder if does Charlie Gold really mean well, or is she further setting Amberlynn up for failure? And I don't think, that's all. Yes, please leave a like on the way out the door, or a dislike if you don't like it. So anyways, we've got this Social Blade taken care of. I'm just going to come back. All right. So let's read this again. All right. So I don't know. Okay. Now the last one. If for any reason anyone was to quit, it will be considered an automatic loss. Okay. That's the way it is in sports, team sports, competitive sports. Okay. Okay, I can go along with that if I was to go along with anything in this competition, which I don't. Okay, in all honesty. Like I mentioned at the top of this video, I did a live stream last week saying why documenting a weight loss journey is a terrible idea. Documenting it publicly on social media is a bad idea. I will link to that in the pinned comment once I jump off this stream. Yeah, I will link to that and you'll see why. But I find this one, I don't see Amberlynn Reid partaking in this for a variety of reasons. Number one, like I said, and I have to say the amounts, the 1,000 and the 2,000, not only are they not equal, but for me, I get 2,300 Canadian to a little over 2,000 Canadian per month to live off of. Okay, for my disability insurance and my disability pension combined, that's 2,300 Canadian, which would be roughly equivalent to 2,000 US. So I can't fathom this kind of number for a bet on any subject, on anything between any two people. I cannot fathom it because that's my living expenses for the month. And I think that is many people's living expenses. A lot of them work and if they're earning minimum wage, they probably don't even get that. Depending on the jurisdiction, what minimum wage is set at. And I think it could be lower. And like I said, if Charlie Gold is gung-ho about donating to charity, there's nothing to stop her from doing it on her own now. And like I said, this whole thing that each of them do a weigh-in on their channels from their own homes, it's not going to work. And the percentage of body loss, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? Why would Amberlynn have to pay more? I have no idea. I wish I could answer. That's partly what I find wrong with this competition. I have no idea, Ray Phoenix. I really don't. If I really don't. I couldn't tell you. No, she's not going to participate, Tash. I agree with you. And I don't think she should either. I don't think she should. I'll give you a few reasons why I don't think she should. A, she's already, one can argue she's sort of doing a good deed for certain YouTubers. She's providing them with income and fodder. So one can say she's already doing a service. That could be argued, right? For those reaction channels, yeah. Number two, like I said, like I pointed out in my previous live stream about the documentation of weight loss journeys, it's bad for anyone's mental health. Now, I'm not really sure what Amberlynn's mental health is. She's spoke to her own mental health issues. I have no idea. And I'm not going to play Rewired Soul and attempt to diagnose anyone online. It's not what I do. But I'll say this. I have a feeling Charlie Gold may be a little less fragile emotionally than Amberlynn Reid. And that's another reason why this competition should not happen. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And if there's any one reason, why are the two amounts different? Exactly, the $1,000 and the $2,000. And either way, like I said, my monthly income that's my monthly income. The 1,000 is half my monthly income. If we're to compare Canadian funds to U.S. funds, so to me, it's obscene. It's largesse. It's like you have nothing. I have nothing against giving to charity per se, but for a bet, no. And no, this is obscenity at its worst. I don't, and it also is showing Charlie Gold is a tad obsessed. To me, my opinion, it shows that Charlie is just a tad obsessed. Here is a woman herself who is morbidly obese, albeit she weighs might weigh a couple of hundred pounds less than Amberlynn. Which brings me to my next point, why we're not comparing apples to apples here, okay? Not only does Amberlynn weigh 200 pounds or so more than Charlie Gold, going by guesstimate here, Charlie Gold apparently has been working out, and it has been documented on social media, some of her workouts, which means she's in better physical shape. Amberlynn is barely mobile, okay? She's barely mobile. So Charlie Gold, in working out, she's developing some muscle, and I've seen some pictures of her. She is developing muscle, and muscle is heavier than fat, okay? Go back to Biology 101. This is biology. Kids, welcome to biology class. I've covered history class. I've covered drama class. Now we're covering biology class. Okay. So, it's... like I said, Charlie Gold is working out. She has a day job that she goes to. She obviously manages to get out of her home. Amberlynn Reid, like I said, is barely mobile. She's barely mobile. So already the competition is not a fair one. It's not a fair one at all. Even if you're going by percentages using Charlie Gold's words. But like I said, I think Charlie Gold is a tad obsessed. And I think, and this is my issue I have with Charlie Gold on a moral standpoint. I know I said I was not going to speak about either of their characters, but okay, I'm breaking my promise, okay? Because it really must be said. Because I find this, if this is part of her weight loss journey to poke on somebody who is even bigger, there's something very, very wrong with this. To me, anyway, there's something very, very wrong with this. Yeah, I did say that, Tasha. I did say that Charlie Gold is probably emotionally stronger than Amberlynn. If I'm to go with that observation of Ray Phoenix, it's not a matter of losing weight. That's a completely different topic. The point is that this contest is unfair. Yes, you're absolutely right, Ray. So thank you for setting me back on track. I do tend to lose track, yes. But yeah, the competition is just not fair. It's skewed. Parts of it is convoluted, like I said, and the part that's really convoluted, like I said, is the part, okay, in the number 3, rule number 3, you must upload a video weigh-in at least once a month to your channel. In that video, you must go to the recent tweet on my Twitter, meaning Charlie's Twitter, while holding your phone. Like, I'm not getting that. Why Twitter? I'm not getting it. You know, I'm not getting it at all. It is convoluted. There are those who say that Amberlynn would not understand those rules, but like I said at the top of this video, for those who are just joining in, I don't understand that phrase myself. Okay, now again, I'm open to the fact that my frontotemporal dementia or my dyslexia could be at hand here, preventing me from understanding. I don't know. If some of you understand it, feel free to weigh in on the live chat. Like I said, I ask everybody to keep an open mind. So yeah, I will keep an open mind too. It's only fair, right? Yeah, I'm probably going to lose subs for this video. Oh, God, probably going to lose subs for this video. But yeah, exactly. You know, and I already mentioned in my previous live, you know, this competition is just not fair. And like the rules are convoluted. One has differing rules. Okay, every scale, in this case, it's a weight loss competition, but every scale is calibrated differently. And the only way to really compare apples to apples, like I said, is you're going to have to weigh yourselves on the same scale. And I seriously doubt one of them is going to go out of state to move in with the other, okay, or live near the other so they can share the same scale or share the same doctor's office. I seriously doubt that's going to happen, especially in the case of Charlie Gold, who has a day job that she can't leave just at any time she wants. And Amberlynn's traveling is limited due to her own size. Okay, that is a sad reality. So does anyone have any comments about this? What does anyone think about the accountability, Wraith Phoenix? Yeah, but accountability goes both ways. You understand? It goes both ways. There are people who suggest that Amberlynn is not accountable. She should be held accountable. But by the flip side, shouldn't Charlie Gold herself be accountable? I remember in a lot of her, shouldn't it work both ways? And shouldn't this competition be fair down the line? You know, weigh yourselves on the same scale, same environment, all of that lovely stuff. And even then, I don't think it would work because I gave the physical differences and potentially the emotional differences. You know what I mean? Tasha, it's not fair for sure. And Charlie has watched her long enough to know that even if they were fair, probably still not a smart idea for Amberlynn to do at this point in her weight loss journey. And I would agree with that too, Tasha. I don't think it's a good idea for either one of them. And I will say this for Charlie Gold herself too, because it could backfire on her. Yeah, it could backfire on Charlie Gold too. Think about it. Okay, I have researched the whole weight loss, the whole problematic of it. Okay, it's not simply a case. There is the science out there. It's no longer simply a case of eating less and moving more. If that were the case, we'd all be freaking skinny. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Which leads me to the other thing, why it's, apples to apples. We don't know the underlying medical issues that either Charlie or Amberlynn would have. We don't know. Could either of them have hypothyroidism? Could either of them have elevated blood cortisol levels, for instance? Could either of them have been a recovering amphetamine or a meth addict? You don't know. We don't know. I know for myself, okay, a nurse talked to me recently. I am 20 years off of coke and speed. And a nurse told me not long ago the reason for all that weight gain, a large reason is that when I got off those drugs and stayed off those drugs, my metabolism basically crashed to a screeching halt. Hang on. post on multiple social networks for documentation for weigh-ins. What I think is why Twitter is involved. Okay, yeah, okay. But here's another thing. Amberlynn is always on and off Twitter. I don't know if she's off Twitter again. It's possible. Not that it costs you anything to open a new Twitter account for shits and giggles, but it's not something I mean, I'm already on Twitter, but if I wasn't on Twitter for shits and giggles, I wouldn't do it for the sake of a competition, but that's me. Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. I mean, the first year is the hardest, Tasha, but it's been 20 years. And yes, I still struggle from time to time. I wouldn't be I'd be lying if I said I was not struggling, right? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't struggling, especially these days. But we're not talking about me today. Sorry, getting sidetracked here. I always get sidetracked on these streams. Back to the thing at hand, the competition. Like I said, yeah, I was saying this competition could potentially backfire on Charlie Gold herself. Okay, because like I said, we don't know what could happen between now and then. Could Charlie Gold end up getting sick or having an accident? Maybe she has a bigger holiday binge than Amberlynn that we don't know about. We don't see everything behind camera, right? So maybe she has a bigger holiday binge than Amberlynn. I wouldn't fault her for it. Certainly not. Because everybody does. Everybody does. And, and who's to say... Yeah, I can see it, it can backfire on Charlie herself. And another reason why Amberlynn wouldn't do this, okay, let's say Charlie adds the added component of stopping doing reaction videos on her. Do you know how many Amberlynn reaction channels there are out there, or other commentaries and drama channels that react to her? Charlie Gold stopping doing Amberlynn Reid videos would be just a drop in the bucket. It wouldn't make much a difference. And when you look at the whole YouTube or social media landscape, it's a drop in the bucket, So it's a drop in the bucket. It makes no sense. So anyway, does anybody have any comments or questions? I'm taking them now. Oh yeah, and here's my red dye number 9. Or people could drink a lot of water when weighing in. There are so many variables and ways to cheat a starting weight with the rules. Absolutely, Hearts Love. Yeah, people could drink a lot of water when weighing in, or there are many variables and ways to cheat a starting weight with the rules. Absolutely, there is. And I'm not going to speak for just one. I'm going to speak for both of them. Like, both of them could do that. Both Charlie Gold and Amberlynn can do that. You know what I mean? Both of them. It's good to consider. Yeah. Everyone uses Twitter, Instagram for evidence. So I threw it out there. I'm probably wrong. Well, I'm not going to say you're probably wrong, Ray Phoenix. I don't really know. I don't really know. Like I said, I find that part a little convoluted, the Twitter thing. I really find it convoluted. So I don't know if you're wrong or not. Reaction channels keep her relevant. It's like a whole culture that feed off each other. Kind of smart. You're right, Tasha. That's exactly it. You're right. It's kind of like the low, running after the lowest common denominator, right? So yeah. And she keeps the reaction channels fed. So yeah, it's a circle like drama channels. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. Nope. Not going to argue that at all, like I said. But I felt really strongly, like I said, I don't really talk about Amberlynn on my channel one way or the other. I don't really watch her channel because, like I said, her channel bores me, okay? Her content bores me, okay? It's boring to me. Okay, Torrid Hall, yawn. Walmart, yawn. I don't, it's bland food, yawn. And I'm vegan anyway, so Why would I watch a video about her meat and her chicken and her eggs and all that stuff? So like I said, I find her content boring. So I don't really watch her. You know, so, you know, I'm just saying that how wrong this competition is. That's why I said, you know, like I said, feel free, you know, feel free to picture somebody else other than Amberlynn as the target of Charlie Gold's competition here. Feel free to do that. Insert any overweight person, man or woman. Okay. And I think if you could do that, visualize that if you must, I think you might be able to see like how convoluted and how unfair this competition is. And the more you look at it, I really believe it's set up for her to fail, you know? Yeah, Charlie is on Twitter. Yep, she is. She's on Twitter, but I'm not sure if Amberlynn is on these days. It's not like I go check, right? It's not like I check. Like I said, her content, it bores me. It's not my thing. But this competition, like I said, it's wrong. And I don't think a weight, like we've already seen with shows, like so-called reality shows, like The Biggest Loser. I believe the producers got caught up in, and they got caught up in some class action lawsuit for a reason, you know. You cannot turn weight loss into a competition, okay? It's not something that can be. And like I said, because there are too many complex issues, it's no, you know, the science is out. Like I said, it's no longer about eating less and moving more. It's way more complicated than that. And there are medical conditions. You could be on a medication that causes weight gain or prevents weight loss, right? You know, you could, you know, anything could happen. And, you know, and if you're starting a weight loss journey, anything can happen. You can get injured, which confines you off your feet for a while. You know, you could, I don't know, some stressor in your life could happen, lose your job. A loved one runs and abandons you or passes on. Anything can happen. You know, anything, you know, you could get sick. Anything can happen that can stop one's weight loss journey short. And that is something, this competition that Charlie Gold has put on, and I'm speaking equally for Charlie Gold as Amberlynn here. Anything can happen to Charlie Gold too. Anything can happen to her that would prevent her from continuing her own weight loss journey. I mean, I don't wish any harm to her. No, I certainly don't. I don't wish harm to anybody, but I'm just pointing out what could happen, right? Yeah, Biggest Loser was proven to be dangerous. That's why there were class action suits. Exactly. That's why there were class action suits. It had been shown that most, with the exception of 2 or 3 over the years, it was on the air, that most of them, the contestants, they gained it all back and then some, and gained even more. Well, of course, what they were doing on the show was not sustainable. It was something like working out 6 to 8 hours a day, every day, and then eating like something like an 800 calorie a day diet. It's not sustainable in the long run. There's no way it's sustainable in the long run. You might be in this boot camp for the production studio or wherever for what, 8 weeks or so, or 5, I don't know. But after a while, you know, you got to go back to real life. You got to go back to being a grown-up. You've got kids to raise. You've got jobs to go back to. You might have other relatives to take care of. You might have other activities. You know, being a grown-up, life continues. So that's why it was never sustainable. The Biggest Loser, whatever program they were putting them on, it was never sustainable. And I never thought that competition was fair, not only because you're dealing with, you know, the dudes and the chicks. And again, when you're dealing, you cannot compare men and women biologically for obvious reasons, but also when it comes to the weight loss, weight gain, you can't. So anyways, back to Charlie's competition. It's like, I would suggest very strongly, if I were Charlie, you know what? I think this competition is a bad idea. Okay, I really think this is a bad idea, and I'm going to take it down. Now, if Charlie, if as she claims, She really wants Amberlynn to succeed. I don't see how those parameters in her competition would help that. If anything, it would have the opposite effect. And the other thing is, you know, you could be concerned. I don't know if she really is or not. I'm not going to speak to that. No, you cannot maintain weight loss if you lose it like that. That's exactly correct, Ray Phoenix. I think only 2 kept it off, and one of them is alleged now to have an eating disorder. One is alleged now to have I say alleged for, legal reasons, but they are alleged to have an eating disorder. So yeah, you cannot maintain weight loss like that. And I don't think it should be a public thing. I think this should be private. You don't know what could happen. And you don't know if you have an underlying condition. I've noticed this. Most people, they set up with them, I'm going to lose weight. Now it's coming up to Christmas, which comes up to New Year's Day, which comes up to New Year's resolutions. What's the biggest New Year's resolution people make? I'm going to lose weight. But I think what people don't realize, you should be examined by a doctor first. Make sure you have no underlying conditions that can prevent you from losing weight. Like I said, one of the medications you're on, if you're on prednisone or a steroid, for instance, that's problematic. If you have a high blood cortisol level, problematic. You have hypothyroidism, problematic. In the case of men over 50, in particular, low testosterone levels, perimenopause, all that lovely stuff, So you just don't know. Yeah. Unless you are under dire circumstances, 800 pounds, you need a minimum of 1,200 calories. Idiots. Exactly. Well, here's the other thing. And I noticed like the do-gooders online, they think they know everything and they don't. A lot of them do have type 2 diabetes. And here's the thing. And Sheldon, if he's still in the chat, can attest to this. Okay, Shel, if you're in the chat, you could attest to this. I know I lived with him for 9 years. The thing is with type 2 diabetes, you cannot make them stop eating like for a full day, okay? Trust me, you can't, okay? Because, they can get pretty sick too. They get pretty sick. Yeah, that's fine if you're going to exercise, Ray. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I hate exercise personally. I hate it. I'm not going to do it. But yeah, if you want to do it, by all means, do it. I would, far be it for me to tell somebody to not do it. Far be it for me to not tell somebody to not do it, right? So anyways, I'm going to cut this stream short very shortly. I think I've already given my reasons why this competition is not fair and it shouldn't be done. And I think personally, some can suggest some of the rules should change. Charlie should change some of her rules. I personally think she should scrap the competition entirely. She should scrap it entirely. Not just because we all know Amberlynn is going to refuse it, but, for Charlie herself, you don't know what could happen to her. She doesn't know. None of us knows what could happen that could interrupt one's weight loss journey. Okay. And yep. So anyways, thank you so much, Tasha, and welcome again. I hope you stop by my other live streams. Trust me, this is not an Amberlynn React channel. This is the first time I've talked to her in this kind of depth, and it probably will be the last. It will probably be the last time. Okay? At least I hope. Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to cut this stream short. Have a great day, everybody, and a great afternoon. My next live stream is going to be talking about life with frontotemporal dementia, which is what I have. I did a video about that, about when I was first diagnosed a while back. I'll link that in a pinned comment below. And my next live stream about frontotemporal dementia, I'll probably do that later tonight or sometime early tomorrow morning. Yeah, I like to test out different times of doing these live streams to see, different audience and all that, So that's what I'm going to do here. So yeah, that's the next one. I'm going to be talking about my own experience and my own life with early onset frontotemporal dementia. Sorry, not that sexy, but It's an important. Ah, Josephine. Joe, it's good to see you. Yeah, exactly, Joe. I agree with you 100%. For those of you who don't know Josephine, on Twitter, she's going through her own weight loss journey. And so far, she's doing quite well. Congratulations, Joe. And so she can speak about that, you know? Okay, Rafe, thank you for stopping by. You're awesome. Yeah, so yeah, Joe knows a little something about that, and she is realistic. So yeah. Oh gosh, I wish you stopped by earlier, but I'm gonna leave the stream up. Like I said, I always leave the stream up for those who join late or they leave early or they couldn't make it, you know. So yeah, Joe is somebody who can speak to this subject as well. Yeah, she does. Josephine, I'm Mumsy Musings. Josephine has her own YouTube channel. She talks about mental health. She also dips in a little drama, or she did. She talks about her own weight loss, and she talks about a variety of other stuff. She also reviews candles, if I'm not mistaken. You review candles too, right, Joe? I'm guessing. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, 5 stone in 6 months. Congratulations, Joe. That's great. Congratulations. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Click on Mumsy Musing Josephine KKK to go check out her channel, subscribe, all those lovely things. All those lovely things. I'm going to be getting off this stream. Like I said, I will be leaving this stream up for those who joined late or who had to leave early or couldn't come at all. And I hope you all come back. I hope you don't unsubscribe from my channel that quickly. Like I said, I don't plan to talk about her again anytime soon. Okay, unless something else. Yes, that's it. Candle reviews. Yes, on Mumsy Musings. Josephine KKK. I will also leave a link to her channel in the pinned comment below, as well as my frontotemporal dementia video, because my next live stream, as pointed out, I'm going to be talking about my life with this condition and the challenges that I face and my fears and all that. Not as sexy, but it is important to me. Yeah. So anyways, I wish you all a fabulous afternoon. Oh, thank you. Yes, please do so, Joe. It's great to see you. So have a great afternoon, everybody. And I will let you know when my frontotemporal dementia live stream comes up. Like I said, probably tonight or early tomorrow morning. Okay. Great afternoon, everybody. Thanks for listening. And please come back. Bye for now.